Gutfoxx here. So today we got the Seattle Seahawks. They've made a bunch of moves, right? Trading DK for a second, Geno for a third. PFF is updated. I did check. So we're going to go ahead and look at that. So let's go ahead and just enter draft. PFF has the needs as center, guard, edge, LB. Let's go ahead and take a look at Seattle's team right now. They were able to sign Darnold, and I think they're going to rock with him for a while, so I don't necessarily think I'm going to draft like a quarterback as a need since it's not. They're going to roll with Darnold, who's a lot of people think is like a side grade for Geno, so like they side graded and then got a pick out of it, but I don't know. I think I like Geno slightly better than Sam, if you were to ask me one for one. Their wide receivers, they got JSN and a bunch of random bodies. I like their running back situation. Ken Walker gets hurt quite a bit, though. That's a problem. Barner and Fant, they're fine. I'm okay with Barner and Fant. Maybe I'd look for like a top-end talent there, but it's not, I wouldn't say a top-end need. Their biggest need, though, it's on the interior offensive line, right? I would absolutely 100% be looking for guards. And I would maybe stick with my tackles, but there's a lot of tackles that are going to be guards in the NFL, so they'd have like flexibility there. Charbonnet is French or not? It's not French because it's not from the France region of Charbon. I like the secondary. Witherspoon, Tariq, Julian Love, Kobe Bryant. You know, he's going to be successful when he's got the name, right? Draft another. Isn't there another Kobe Bryant this year that they should draft? Linebacker, they just recently re-signed Ernest Jones, so they could use someone else there, but okay. Defensive interior, Byron, going into his second year. He was hurt a lot. Jaron Reed, Leonard Williams, Derek Hall, Boye Mafe. I like Mafe quite a bit, so they could use a little bit of help just almost at most positions out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at free agency. Seattle Seahawks. Let's do the active roster. Sorry. So here's what we're looking at. Salary cap is currently, they got $60 million. $60 million in the offseason, but we're only going to do the mock draft. We're not going to go ahead and project any more free agent signings or nothing at all like that. Not a bad spot overall, right? They cleared out a lot of stuff, not paying DK, not paying Geno. So they got a ton of money going forward. As far as free agency, they picked up D-Law. They picked up Josh Jones at right guard. MVS, we saw him on the other screen. They're losing. Anybody else they lost through free agency? Draymond Jones, Trey Brown, Stone Forsythe. Okay, so nothing crazy. Nothing crazy so far. I don't know. They probably won't re-sign Lockett. And let's go to the draft. Let's go to the draft. Okay? So Seattle's in a nice inflection point. You got a second-year head coach coming into it, still installing his defense. And, you know, it was not bad the second half of the year. Let's go ahead. I don't think I'm going to trade up as far as going up the board at all. I just don't see a need to go grab one of these top-end or topper-end players, since I do have needs at many spots. But I do have a lot of picks, though. I do already have a picks. Okay? So, right here, who's left on the board? Malachi Starks at safety. James Pierce is an interesting choice here. Ezeraku taken at 16. Will Johnson, Jahdae Barron. Man. This is a good choice, man. Chat, why are you saying this draft is already horrible? I don't mind Kelvin Banks, moving him inside. Josh Simmons to help out the O-line. Let me look. Tyler Booker. He's a beast in a phone booth. Ratledge Wilson maybe down the board a little bit. I kind of want to... let me see all the receivers available. Burden, Golden. Do you think Jaden Higgins is actually going to be there at 50? I really think in reality Jaden Higgins probably goes like number 40. So I wonder if I want to trade up to grab him as a big-bodied outside receiver. On PFF, we can generally assume like we only got to go up like 3 spots to get Jaden Higgins. I don't know why the Bengals drafted Emeka Ibuka either. That's kind of wild. You know who would be an interesting choice at this spot? Jalen Walker to play linebacker or edge for you. Probably more of an edge than an off the ball, but more of like a Swiss Army knife. I don't mind him whatsoever for this scheme, right? An explosive player. Scheme versatility. That feels like a good fit, no? Okay. So I think he's right now Jalen Walker's my choice. My number one as far as how I want to look at it. Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough not to go interior offensive line or just offensive line in general at this spot. Because, like, dude, if Seattle comes out with no O-line picks early, is the fan base going to riot? I think they might. Josh Simmons. A defensive head coach needs to understand the importance of O-line, right? Even though his own needs for his scheme are there. Man, this is a tough one. I think I got to go interior offense line. Now, who do I like better, Simmons or Banks? Like I said right before we got into it, tackles that can play guards, replace it. Simmons looks so good before the injury. I don't know, like medically, I'm questioning. Is he good? Is he good? We don't know. Seattle would, presumably. So I'm going to go Kelvin Banks. Start at my guard, play tackle. Oh, no! I had it on very fast. God dang it. I said I was gonna trade up to potentially select. Where'd he end up going? Jaden Higgins actually ended up going in the first round here to Philadelphia. All right, well, I wouldn't have traded up to 32. If he got traded at 32, all right, that is what it is. So Jaden Higgins, gone. So now we're looking at, so Alec Aomanor got taken before him, which is another big ball outside. Fox knows ball, not mock draft simulators, I guess. I feel like this spot, do we risk Trey Harris going before pick 82? I like Trey Harris. I like Pat Bryant. Let me look who's still on the board, at least at the best spots. Demetrius Knight to help out. Ooh. All right. I think I found who I want. JT Tuimoloau. JT Tuimoloau, dude. This draft is awful. It's only been one pick! I think we're going JT to help out on the edge. Go defense here. Although, dude, what about doubling down? Ariante Ursary at guard. I got another pick and 2 picks. So I'm not that worried about anything. Defensive interior. Omar Norman, lots of ball player. That guy's explosive. He got rotated a lot at Tennessee. Didn't get a full rep out of it. But that's just how they play like hockey shifts at Tennessee on their D-line. It's not a great center draft. It really isn't. I think I want to go edge. I really do. Man. Kyle Kennard looks like a beast. He looks like a freaking ball player. But not the most explosive athlete. And maybe that's wrong for the NFL. Braden Swinson, Princely Human. Dang. I'm going to go JT. I'm going to do JT on my edge right here. And then I think Demetrius Maybe I wait on linebacker. Who else do I like down here? So I'm picking up an 82 and 92. All right. I can deal. Let's go back to the offensive line. I mean, if it's there, you take it. When are you going to stream Destiny 2? I don't think I'm going to stream Destiny 2. I've heard a lot of people talk good things about it over the years. Also, a lot of bad things about it. I think I want Ursary, although going at double Texas. Going the double Texas? Trapilo's like 6'10" trillion. Not exactly what I want. Millam's falling down boards. I think I'm going to go Ariante Ursary. I'm gonna do him and move him at guard, too. Yeah, buddy. All right. So now we're looking solid. We're building out the trenches in Seattle, so that way we can own the line of scrimmage, or at least that's the thought. Okay, so far we've gotten 2 tackle guard flexibilities there, but probably going to be guards right away. JT2 Malau to help the edge tremendously. I think... All right, so what tight ends are left? Fannin, Helm. Ooh, Ferguson. I don't think I'm going to go tight end, though. I don't think I'm going to do that right here. Whoa. Whoa, there's a lot of linemen left that I'd be okay with. Maybe I should have waited. Man, did I screw up? Did I screw up not going receiver earlier? Savion Williams? I don't mind Savion. Who are... People are asking about Seattle and their defensive secondary. I don't hate it right now. Okay? They're pretty good. And I was a fan of Pritchett as like a really late guy last year. He looked like he sucked though. I didn't watch his reps this year on season. I watched him in college. And I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm going to go Savion Williams. He is, okay. Let me know if you've heard this before. Debo-esque. But he's like 6'5". So he's more like Cordarrelle Patterson. Do I want the Cordarrelle Patterson type receiver? Where like get the ball in his hand and make guys miss? But you know what's crazy about Savion? I don't know if it's going to show it on this page. His contested catch rate was like outstanding. Like, is that like best in the nation? Depending on what you use to qualify it. So like, I don't love that he doesn't have the greatest hands, but luckily drop rate is not sticky year to year. As far as analytics, there's no like, you know, even though like, you know, Deontay Johnson was an insane dropper his first couple years, he ended up like, oh yeah, now he's got reliable hands. He's just a head case. So the drop rate being really high is concerning, right? Whether it's concentration drops or what, but like the contested catch rate being 88.9 is like, whoa, hey, hang on a second. Big bodied, what do they got him listed at? 6'5", 225. Oh, they got these updated. I don't mind grabbing him right here at wide receiver. Pat Bryant's another really tall guy. I like Horton too. I like a lot of these guys, so I'm just going to take one. Savion Williams, welcome to the squad.
Salutations.
What up? What up, stay focused, Shay? All right, so tackle, edge, tackle, wide receiver. Or I guess guard, edge, guard, wide receiver. Let me now. It's either another wide receiver right here, and I actually really don't hate grabbing another wide receiver. Tez Johnson, who's fast as heck in a phone booth. Harold Fannin is, oh my god, an insane catch of the ball. I actually don't mind Harold Fannin here. Right? He might not be a perfect inline tight end, but man, I mean, his production in college is insane, even though they have it at a lower level. He's like, I'm going to say weirdly athletic. I don't know how to describe him. Although, dude, grabbing a defensive lineman right here, like, I feel like we're at pick 92, and by the time we get to our next pick, like, the guys that I really like are going to be gone. There's some decent talent down the board, don't get me wrong, but do you take the player with work ethic concerns in Deion Walker, but is like 6'7", insane athletically? I almost want to say let that somebody be somebody else's like potential like gem or bust. It is late third round. You got this pick for Geno. I kind of like that. I kind of like the boom or bust. If we're going to look at boom or bust, would you get a quality backup quarterback? Is this your Sam Darnold backup location? Tyler Shook has gotten a lot of love lately. I probably would not. I'd maybe wait till later. I don't know. It's not a bad spot, though. I don't know. I like my RBs. I guess the third RB ain't bad, but maybe I'd look to a little bit later pick. I have so many needs. I think I'm going defensive interior. On, like, the last of the defensive interior run. I like CJ West a ton. But, man, if I'm a defensive genius, if I could truly unlock Deion Walker, he's got, like, first-round talent. Probably a bust, right? Take the guy from a state over, Caldwell. Let me look. Ransom, Neal. You know what? I'm going to do it. Deion Walker to Seattle, and then pray I can turn him into a true pros pro. We did it, chat. We did it. Good or bad? Good or bad? It's not live. Yeah. All right. Jaden Blue. Jaden Blue's weird. He's like a good third down halfback, but not great at pass blocking. So it's like, you're only good for half the job. Ooh, Savion Jones is here. Hang on. What's the other edges left? Hang on, chat. Okay, maybe Savion Jones is the number one choice at my spot right here. Tight end. Good old Brinning stool. Let's do Savion Jones. Double up at edge. Go more to the trenches. Nah. Let's look for wide receivers. Pat Bryant. Ooh, Tisla. Insane. You prefer Bonnie Blue? Insane tester. Pat Bryant, terrible tester. T-Slot, crazy good tester. Let's take Donta Thornton. Another insane tester. You know what? Nah. Let's go wide receiver here. Wide receiver, Pat Bryant. Welcome to the show. 2 receivers, an interior, edge. Wow, this draft's looking pretty good, man. I like it. And then right here, we'll take our backup quarterback. Quinn Ewers, Omega Low. Let's go, Kyle McCord. Send it. Send it. I love it. I love it. They did not love my draft. A lot of C's and a B. But, bro, I don't know. That's kind of nailing the draft to me, man. That's not too terrible. Seattle fans, check in. If this is your draft, would you have enjoyed the process, getting through it? Bad ass. I've seen better. Stick to your day job of eating dry lunches. Not a Seattle fan, but I would KMS. Riot, no. Bengal would be proud. I'll take that, dude. The problem with this draft is like every single pick is not sexy, right? It's all trenches and a few big-bodied wide receivers. And then backup quarterback, right? So, like, you're not going to see the immediate, like, oh my goodness, Malik Neighbors is going crazy, right? You're not going to go insane. I need a tight end. Yeah, I would definitely argue you could have needed a tight end. You could have grabbed one instead of Deion Walker. That would have not been a bad spot. But I don't know, man. Games are won and lost between the thick bodies up front. And now, like, going back-to-back Deanna Walker with Byron Jones last year. You know, living and dying. Did I say Jones? Oh, my God. Wrong Byron. Not the CB. Murphy out of Texas. Give me all the bodies.